don't even know what you want to call them. They're kind of emotes, emojis, dongers, whatever you want to call them in chat. We were flipping tables with bear faces and all these things. You guys are wonderful. And I want to thank you all for joining us this morning here on the Olimoleague monthly finals. But of course, we're hopping into game number 2 in this best of 5 and currently leading the series 1-0. In the bottom right corner of the map, we have our Dead Pixels player. Apparently speaks incredibly good English, at least by the we expected. It's the purple Zerg player True.
Never right as the orange Terran. It's Samsung Galaxy's Journey.
Just one last comment on the English before we keep riding this train too hard. I love it too because we cast a lot of stuff with Koreans at this point, and I think everybody's got the basics of English down to communicate in StarCraft 2. You know, go, 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 make, host, you know, ready, not ready type thing. But outside of that, it's really hard to, even for the ones who do speak English, really get a conversation going. So it is extra cool. Solar, he had this wonderful interview with Nitrous not too long ago on our YouTube channel. True, just in a passive conversation now. Patience during the 2v2 tournament. I love when these guys take a moment just to say more than hi.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's I just wish I could do the same thing, right? Like, so I took Korean lessons. That's gonna be 14cc from Journey. That's why you take Korean lessons and you try and respond back to them, and you're just like, man, okay, I learned some Korean, but I gotta learn like how to type it, like on the keyboard. Oh, this is never gonna work out. So I still don't know how to do that. Just don't give any practice. English imba, English keyboards imba.
Well, small note, guys, about the lag that happened when some of those spikes you saw last game. Apparently, it may have just been a temporary thing, so both players agreed to just let everybody stay, which is really cool. So, just a quick shout out to our German friends over there. If you guys don't speak English as your primary language, of course, we have a German broadcast also covering the stream today. And
German and a...
not Polish. Normally, we have Emil with us for the Polish stream, but I think today is his 7-year anniversary with his girlfriend.
Oh, this would have been a perfect thing for a 7-year anniversary.
Right?
What's the problem? I don't understand.
Actually,
well,
Emil...
wait, 7 years with his girlfriend? You might want to put a ring on that.
You might want to not be so judgy, miss I'm single. But the thing about Emil that I love so much is like, okay, he's a quirky caster, he's a cool dude, but a lot of people don't know he breeds cats on the side. Like, he casts StarCraft 2,
totally forgot
and
about
he
that.
breeds cats. He's got a girlfriend for
cat.
7 years. He's living the dream.
Your dream?
Yes.
Oh,
Thus
okay.
the dream.
You just admit that. You're like, yeah, that is my dream.
Yeah, I'm a cat. I'm a cat person. What can I say? But anyway, so I get back a point for the game. Journey is, I don't know. They caught him so off guard. I think that same build would have caught a lot of people off guard just because of the timing of it. Normally, you are scouting, and it's what he was doing very diligently at the front to look and see if that Baneliness was coming, to see if the Roach Bane was sending it that, you know, really scary early timing, but it wasn't, and it didn't, and because True did it later, I think Journey was a little bit unprepared for it. That being said, keep in mind, with 3 CCs, recovery off of devastation through SCVs like that is actually very possible. We've seen great games come back off the end of it. However, that last bunker going out was a little too much, and I don't imagine we have that same thing happen again, whether it's through scans, more diligent scouting, or just playing overly defensive. Journey is not a player who loses to the same thing twice. Not often.
Well, I would love to see Banshees come into this game. They give you a sense of security. They can be very good for taking down thirds, surprisingly good, depending on the player, I guess, the Zerg player. And I mean, it cuts into your economy, of course. Like, 3CC is always going to be like the golden child for economy, but I don't think it hurts that badly. I don't know. I just always feel so nice with it. And it is going to be a starport. We'll see if it is a Banshee. It's a second gas, so I'm guessing so, unless he's going to do like an armory soon.
Yeah, okay, there's the pick. I was going to say, it would have been cool to see the Hellbat push with the Medivacs. I actually really love seeing that one come into play, but I don't know, the Banshees, it can do a lot of cool things. I like that True's also, by the way, you might wonder why the priority on the rocks. This is a really typical move Terran players love to do on this map, where you drop a siege tank and a couple of Marines behind these rocks and just, quite frankly, be annoying. But, yeah, the Banshee, as you point out, it's good for multitudes of reasons, but that defensive one is probably the biggest one I can think of, especially after the way you lost that last game.
Okay, it's actually a Viking first. I wonder why. I mean, if you see a Viking, you might not think it's going to be a star or a Banshee follow-up, and of course you literally won't see the Banshee follow-up because the overloads will be dead.
Well, that
it's going to be...
not going to be a Banshee follow-up.
No, so it's, I mean, expect an armory now, for sure. Like, maybe a medevac pops out after this. It's gonna drop. 30cc.
Maybe. I don't know. For Journey, it's, I do like the idea to go clean up the Overlord. Sadly, he doesn't get the one at home. Funny enough. Oh, I should have gone for it. There we go. It's not that he's trying to deny anything. There's nothing really fishy coming down out of Journey. This 3C wasn't 3CC. It's not super fast. I guess one thing is true. Might see the lack of production at most, but I mean, nothing to really hide. But you don't want to give your opponent free reign and free vision of your base. So I like that he cleans that up. And as he takes away some of the map control, you know, this starts making it easier for medevacs to fly path. It makes it more difficult for True to more freely move about the map with those Mutalisks.
He was gonna get a medevac, but he cancels it. This doesn't bother now that it's been scouted, so. All that gas just went into a couple of upgrades. And he's just getting his production as if it was a 3cc build, with the Viking just making it a little more annoying.
Well, despite the small back and forth we have here, it's still not really amounting to too much.
No, it's not. Where are the rest of the Hellions? Did he only get 2?
No, 2 just died.
Oh, okay. Well, they still only got 4 then,
Ooh.
instead of the very typical 6.
I guess this isn't so devastating because he does have a lot of Marines in that bunker, but still, letting anything past depots is never a good idea, I feel. And actually, the bunker is gonna fall. Yeah. Oh, did it just hit full? Well, he should be able to clean some of the SCVs, but still, more damage done than absolutely necessary.
For sure, sure. The Marine's still alive. You don't even want to, because now they're going to attack the production rather than the SCVs.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, there they go. Okay, but he walls off again. That was unnecessary. It was actually really completely unnecessary to lose, what was it, 6 workers?
I think the plan was you would put both the Hellions in hold position in the wall there, so they would have just done a lot of damage, but the Lings did get the surround, and that kind of killed them much faster than I think Journey was anticipating.
Yeah, something like that. These mutas are also going to be a little bit surprising, maybe. No, I think they took on the Vikings, so the missile turrets finished up perfectly on time. One's going to protect the production. That's nice.
Well, I mean, this isn't really the craziest opportunity for damage, but I like that True's not exactly throwing the mutas away in desperation either. You will sometimes see players way dedicate to this, and they'll bleed out even so much as 2 Mutalisks to a turret, and it's really not worth it in the early game. Later on, when your economy's roaring off of like 4 bases, okay, you can then kind of justify losing a Mutalisk or 2 for some SCVs, but not this early.
Because the Viking didn't die, trying to help out.
Hey, got a
get
muta.
some muta.
Yeah.
Very
It's actually better than most Vikings do versus mutas. At least alone. Medevac needs to be pulled back. This is something they can't really afford to lose, but we do have a counter push. A small, almost drop, I guess. It's more like a commando hit squad coming here to the 3rd base, and drones being pulled immediately out of True. This is something, we saw this versus Tasia a lot. Pretty good at pulling the drones off. Losing bases is one thing, but not losing the drones is another, and it's pretty good to make sure that doesn't happen. But without banelings, this is not going so good.
Not at all. This is definitely returning that Ling damage.
Oh my god, he's losing almost all the mutas.
Oh, well that hurts. I mean, he killed only 1 drone and, you know, only got the hatchery like not even halfway down, but the mutas was huge.
Yeah, the Mutalisks, I mean, 6 mutas doesn't seem like a lot. You're like, oh, 6 units make it a big deal, but I mean, that's 600 minerals. That's more importantly, 600 gas. Not exactly something you get a lot of here in StarCraft 2.
It's still a case where True is up in supply, he's up in workers, as Journey does. He's finishing upgrading workers, I guess, like the last couple of rounds. He is behind on those upgrades. You know, he prioritized mutas over those, and in fact, prioritizing +2 weapons pretty fast with the mutas.
We do have a small update on the bracket, by the way, guys. Not exactly a huge upset, but still a bit more surprising to me is Center defeats Impact 2-1. I mean, I called earlier that Center would probably be the one who wins that, but I give a small edge to Impact. But that means we're going to have a TVP after this with Parting versus Center. Ooh, that's actually going to be quite nice, I think. I don't think I've seen those 2 play just yet.
I'm worried, man. Parting's being real Protoss lately, alright?
It's being really Protoss, really big boy, you know?
There's a lot of mutas with good upgrades. 15 now, and he's still, you know,
Actually, I'd say that's really impressive considering how much he bled out early on. Normally this count stays low because the pressure from Journey, it picks off 1 or 2 through the drops, picks off a couple of Widowmine shots like that. Oh my god! Journey!
What the?
I didn't even see the Widowmine sneak in there, but that was so good!
I didn't either.
Okay, so the Beatles count was good. You know, it's funny, it was about 7 lost before, and he had 17 in play, but now it's 18 lost, and he's got 6 in play. Like, ugh, that's a bit ironic.
Oh my god. That just changed everything.
It does.
Were doing so much work. Okay, they were killing SCV, sure, but they're also keeping Journey at home. And the longer you're at home, the more meters they make. It's just a never-ending cycle. Now he can actually push forward and finally start clearing up creep.
I really want to stress something with that too that was so cool, other than the surprise factor. That was Journey recognizing that True didn't have an Overlord or an Overseer, pardon me, for so long. He didn't just put those in the mineral because he's like, oh, I hope these work. That was a very, very on-purpose decision for him, and that was really cool to see that executed so well.
This guy. The reason, like, the other reason, besides, like, his varied builds, the reason I love him, is that he's
you love him?
I love him. No, he's just so micro-oriented, and something's gonna be really, really cool, like those Widowmines. But taking not a great engagement here, he's run out of space to micro, but just still find some on the top side.
That's the thing, though. Without a lot of Banelings left behind us, you might have a lot of Lings, but it might not even matter. The 2-2 upgrades is looking so good for Journey at this point. If he can kill any amount of these Mutalisks, I mean, there's still a couple Banelings or Widowmine shots to go off, and looks like he picks up to try and disengage. Sadly, the Thor gone, but the Thor not really that necessary anymore. Having 1 or 2 is always nice, but yeah, True's not exactly sitting on a huge Mutalisk count right now.
No, thank goodness for Widowmines.
Oh, speaking of...
Nice.
13 kills, not too shabby. Suddenly you've got this great attack turned into nothing. He immediately has to turn around.
Well, Journey has known that True has been keeping Lings over there, Lings and Banelings, so I really like that he puts a Widowmine over there, not only for the potential great hit, but the scout as well. He's got a 4th base on the way, he's got his upgrades, a full upgrade ahead, full 2 upgrades ahead. That's pretty good for Journey.
Yeah, the upgrade differences, of course, going to affect the Lings more than anything else, but it also lets the Marines do just a little bit extra damage to the Mutalisks. However, I do like that we have some Widowmine drops. These Widowmines have almost no health, so the drones may be able to kill them if he's paying attention. But nope, not paying attention. Drone claws go off, and despite trying to pull the drones, we'll lose a couple.
Yeah. Widowmine drops just becoming more and more popular in every matchup. I don't know what it is. People deciding that the 2 Widowmines and a medevac can be worth losing.
It's just that you don't really expect it later on. If you see no static defense early, there's probably not going to be static defense later. I don't know any Zerg players I can think of at the top of my head that past the 17-minute mark if they didn't have spores before they do now. I feel if anything we're actually ripping our hair out going like, man, why do you not have a spine crawler and a spore crawl for defense? Like,
it's got to be that, like, since the medevac can leave immediately after depositing the Widowmines, you don't lose the medevac. That's the most expensive part of it. Although sometimes you do see a very, like, bad composition because they do run out of Widowmines. Yeah. And hopefully that won't be the case. Journey right now only at 6. There's only 2 with this army, though. The rest are burrowed around the map, I guess, or staying back home.
Yeah, a couple in the medevacs as well.
You need splash damage.
Oh, can you load it?
Can he bait into that Widowmine?
Well, I mean,
it would matter. That's so many meters.
Yeah, I mean, we get the
31.
1 kill.
What the?
It's crazy, by the way, that he's gotten back up to this number, and that's why the power of True here for you. Not the power of Zerg and not OP, BS, or anything like that. True's just really good at recovering. We've stressed this throughout the entire day, and it's been the case every single time. Now, he gets a couple double drops go off over here, but there's enough Banelings at home to defend this. 3 mutas. Can he clean this up? Drop! That makes this down. Production, though, starting to get compromised, and for someone who got an amazing Widowmine shot off earlier that should have really borderline won in the game, we see Journey now struggling to stay alive.
Oh, that army means no more Thors. He's gotta remember to put that back down.
Yeah, he may be content because he's got 3-3 upgrades, but let's hope he definitely remembers it for the Thors. But still, 30 SCVs dead through this run by. The Mutal is certainly getting that money's worth in that 4th base. Did not really go too well. Meanwhile, True actually, beforehand, he took a regular expansion. This game, he takes a hidden base straight up, 2 expansions over. But man, Zombie Grub, I can't believe True is in power once again. Should not be the case.
No, but I guess Journey's aggression just was not enough to push back True. I mean, True, I guess in a perfect scenario, would have been spending way too much money and gas on Banelings defending and not these mutas, but it wasn't a perfect world for Journey. And suddenly 31 mutas are in your face.
Yeah, missile turrets are helping a little bit. Sadly, they don't quite get that many kills for the mutas. Thor's picked up, ready to drop. This can always be a little bit dangerous, though, because the mutas can and sometimes will catch you off guard, but he's got to deal with this threat. And this time around, True has overseers with the army, so that lucky Widowmine shot won't go off again, but that's 67 Baneling Zombie Grub rolling down the middle of the map here. Oops, sorry, put the vision thing on for a sec. But,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the Widowmines are still kind of spread out. You can definitely split. They need to get good shots, though.
Good start. Second shot was amazing. Is that enough to hold on to this? The Planetary should hold the ground, but can he stop the Mutalisks? Thors were getting great shots off, and True took a lot of damage through this fight. And it looks like still more Banelings. Where do these keep coming from?
Oh, the hot pickups on the Thors are so good.
Oh, but the SCV is getting eradicated at the third. Planetary will try and save the fourth. Thank God for the Planetary, but man, oh man, Widowmine's got some good counterattack damage off. Not enough to devastate True the same way True has been picking Journey apart. Man, oh man. Oh. I guess the question at this point is, can he afford to continue reinforcing right now? He doesn't exactly have 7 orbitals down. Losing these SCVs is actually quite devastating.
Yeah, no, it definitely was, but it's really not that bad of an SCV count. 46 is not that bad.
It's not.
It's enough to reproduce either production or SCVs, or like half production, half SCVs. Like, you can get back up either way, and as you can see, like, production tab's not looking so bad. I mean, 2 Marauders, 8 Marines at a time.
But the question, of course, comes back to like where those Widowmines. Did he give up on production? You know, was the armor okay? The armor was replaced, so he does have the capability of Thors.
Very, very important. I mean, saving all those Thors. I mean, he took SCV damage because he, you know, disregarded the ground after a while, because he had to. Like, the mutas, if they got out of hand, that actually might spiral. If the Banelings explode, they die. Not so much for the mutas.
Yes, that is, of course, the scary thing about the mutas, the retention capabilities on them, that regeneration on them as well. But looks like he will clean up this base. However, let's not forget about the one over on the side. We got those Widowmines going off again. I love that Journey is being so consistent with these drops. Unfortunately, it's becoming a bit predictable because he's going to the same base every single time. But still really cool to see. Now, more Mutalisks coming out of here for True, and I think one of the scariest things we have to consider is, while Journey has been struggling and chugging along for a lot of this game, there's no hive tech for True just yet. He's still sitting here on 2-2-2 across the board. We don't have Vipers, we don't have Infestors, we don't have Fungal Growths. I mean, it's still basically Mutiling Bane, and while this is a really cool style to see, and it has gotten him back into this game in a big way, will this be enough to carry him through to victory?
I don't know. You know, we got into the point where a 4th base is fine, fantastic, but now Journey's gonna need a 5th base. Let's lose that drop.
Yeah, nice pick off for True. The Mutalisks, whether it's 18 or 34, it just feels so frustrating watching someone try and chase these down. But again, the Thors, they've got the range that most units don't, so it's the one saving grace to keeping these at bay. Downside is the mobility is kind of crap.
Definitely. We do have a drop going off on, I don't even know what to call this base anymore, but it's also covered by a couple of Widowmines.
Man, it's almost like a fake base.
yeah, you put me down into 4 bases, totally.
Psych!
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, getting drones over there is going to be hard to do without getting scouted, but if you can, it's going to be really useful. Attacks on either side of the map, man.
Oh, those Widowmines, they've been so good this game.
So much better for True. They all exploded the Marauders. Or, sorry, so much better for Journey over here.
Yeah, and the Mutas are starting to get picked up by the Thors. Meanwhile, this attack in the third, whatever you want to call it. I was going to say, Journey's not really been touching the income, the economy for True, but I really would like to see him start picking off that tech. Pick off the Spire, kill the Baneling Nest, go for the Infestation Pit type thing, but despite all of these drops, finally has one going off in the main. Been waiting on this all game.
The spawning pool might go down, as you said, the Spire as well. In fact, he's not turning around to deal with this. Oh, that Spire is going to go down. Oh, does he not see it? Okay, he sees it now.
Even if the Spire doesn't, the spawning pool's a nice get. This will buy him a lot of time before there's, 30 more Banelings coming out.
Yeah.
As these Zerglings suddenly become precious, something that is rarely happening for them, but doesn't quite get the Spire.
Okay, how many drones have died? Oh my, okay, well, only 31 for Journey. True's killed 80 SCVs?
Yeah. That's believable, the amount of Banelings that have connected, the amount of devastation. It's too bad that doesn't count mules, too, because so many mules have been picked off through these attacks as well.
Yeah. We still gotta talk about the fact that Journey, while doing these drops, is great and whatnot. True is still on 4, 5, 6, 7 bases.
Yeah, but they're not mining, they're not saturated. Like, he's got the bases, and that's good, but they're not really being effective.
Yeah, well, The biggest problem is that the gases aren't taken. The third gases aren't taken. He has forgot to
Oh, are you serious?
take them for some reason. Oh, Journey is probably wondering, like, you've been on 4 bases this entire time. Like, how do you keep making so many banelings? And, well, the top 2, as you said, aren't really that big of a deal.
But this one is.
The one, yeah, right there.
It's a shame he never got gas on this one, too, because the minerals, they're nice, and he's definitely had to use them, but it's the gas that holds the Zerg player back. But, man, up to 35 Mutilisks, it's scary to consider just how good some Thor shots could be on this army. True does have to be careful the way he controls this. Again, stuck on level 2 upgrades across the board. These mutas are going to take a lot of damage from just about everything and anything, but that's a lot of banelings rolling in. 55 banelings. Can these Widowmines be the heroes that they've been so far in this game?
Oh, he needs to target. He's not letting them go off, but instead they're just dying as the banelings explode on them. He's only got 3 more left over that I can see.
Well, Jock cleans up the top left while this goes on, this sort of postured pressure. Okay. Yo, for true, I would love to start that creep spread again. Whether it's Overlord's dropping creep or whether it's Queen's moving it forward. Because it's been kind of stagnant around here, and I don't believe he ever replaced the tumors. It's just been the hatcheries providing new creep at this point.
The gas is going to be an increasingly bigger problem, as true. If the reason I feel he didn't do that is because the Terran was postured, and if he lost all of those banelings, he doesn't really have the gas to remake like the 60 or whatever that he has. 20 more are on the way, so it will be just about 58.
Nice,
so just about 60.
Journey still continuing to cherry pick the bases, but this might just end up being an actual straight on base trade.
Save BSCPs, who have a god. Okay, we're not a man, that's all the god.
He's going for that that triple digit 100. Can he get it? This is gonna be the question. Meanwhile, the Banelings doing a great job defending on the other side of the map. Queens get involved, but they barely touch Marauders. Wow, 4 armor compared to 4 damage. Okay, Queens, nice try. He's got to kill the rocks to, I don't know, save himself. I don't know what this is like. Marauders can't do anything else.
Marauders aren't helping anyways.
Yeah. What can we do? We want to contribute.
Bring the rocks. All right, so Journey just has to straight up go home. He left the Marauders and the Thor. They killed the Queens. They made have stuck the Banelings, but he lost so many SCs. Now he's down to 24, and that's a really terrible count.
Yo, he never actually found that bottom leftmost base, by the way. So this attack, instead of going to kill it, ends up going towards the third, which is... there's so much pressure on this base, and this has been, in my opinion, a fairly irrelevant base for a long time. Yeah. Widowmines. Oh, this is kind of cool.
Just not really been like the drones died to the Widowmines, and that's cool. A couple of bases died as well, but he's just always had enough to get enough banelings, to get enough lings. The muta retention has been good after the initial Widowmine hit. Journey just hasn't been able to apply the pressure need be, and he's gonna lose this game, I think. Like, he's only at 24 SCVs, no 5th. He's not taking orbitals, and the mutas just go and kill them.
It kills me too, just because of how well played out this has been for Journey. You know, there's been a lot of luck. I'm not even going to pretend like it's not. Oftentimes, we see Widowmines just be the worst units in the world, but Journey's been making them work, whether it's through skillful use or lucky hits, one way or the other. He's been getting good use out of them this game, but right now he's struggling. He's struggling hard. These Mutalisks are being such a pain to deal with.
I don't even know what you do when it gets to this point.
Tuck your head between your knees, assume the fetal position.
Yeah, something like that. Because you push, you initiate a base trade, and the base trades actually probably go better for the muta, the muta player, so the Zerg player in this case, simply because you have to pay attention to 2, different sides. You run on a creep because you're in a hurry. It just never seems to go that well.
Baneling's trying to get on top of the Marines. They're running for their lives. They say, screw it, go for the mules. But these are pretty precious units because, of course, Journey needs that income. Meanwhile, in the north, he moves the Thor out of position just at the wrong moments. And it's devastating morally just how ineffective missile turrets are helping defend against this, right? You can put down a row of 13 turrets and the mutas won't care. That's so heartbreaking. Journey
never got that opportunity. If he had a big bank after those Widowmines killed however many, like the 17 mutas or whatever, then you get like the 6 turrets, and they never get up that high. They can never really pressure, but that never happened. Like, True has just been all over Journey this game.
Yeah, and even just pushing back his base, no Widowmines in position ahead of time, losing what little income he's got left with these SCVs dying, down to 15 workers and not a lot of mules. Widowmines are not going off, so the Marines all pretty much die. Oh, the friendly fire kills, what fewer are left. Well, this has been a pretty cool game for Journey's sake. I think it's getting close to coming to an end.
Yeah. His army supply is surprisingly good, but that's
it's not saying much. Unless this Thor were somehow to get miracle hits, which it doesn't. It dies. Very little is left, and for our Terran player, what a fantastic game, but ultimately True will take the game 2-0, now the score. But lucky for you guys, it's a best of 5, not a best of 3. So we've got a little bit more action out of these two before it's over.